Losing a loved one is very hard. When we lose a loved one through suicide, it's doubly difficult for us. I know that is true for me. It was hard for my family. It's hard for me. And we continue to survive. We continue to survive because we have a certain faith that God has not abandoned us, and He walks with us and those who have died by suicide. And we trust that our Lord is holding each and every soul who has gone before us, including those who have died by suicide, in the palm of His hand. And here I am as a bishop, and I'm able to kind of open it up a little bit more and invite other people to talk. Communication is everything. If we're not talking about it, if we're not communicating this hardship in life, we're going to bury it, and it's going to come out one way or another, and not in a healthy way. God is there to take all of my anger and my tears and my sadness and my frustration. St. Catherine of Siena herself once said to God, with friends like you, who needs enemies? And she was a saint. I think the truth is that sometimes we can be frustrated with God. Truly, it's our own frustration. And God is so big, He can handle all of our tears and our frustrations. He wants us to come to Him. The church is there for them. We understand that suicide is not just some random act based on choice. It is a random act based on a whole host of mental troubles that a person is dealing with. And a lot of that is related to chemical imbalances. It's related to scientific things that we just did not know in the past. And now through fMRIs and really going through the clinical studies, we're able to see that a person really struggles, with mental health. And it's not a matter of mind over matter anymore. Because if the mind is affected, if there's something wrong with the brain, if there are holes in the brain, which we have discovered, if there is a lack of blood flow or oxygen flow in certain parts of the brain, that affects a person's mental health. And mental disorder is a part of that world. You didn't talk about this reality. And if someone died by suicide, there was something of a stigma. There was also a sense of shame, and truly a sense of doubt. And within the life of the church, there was an added sense of doubt because for a long while within the church, the history of the church, there was the question of where were those who had died by suicide. There was a time within our church where we wouldn't even bury a person who died by suicide, because there was a question about that person's soul. And over the years, the church has evolved to a better understanding of the human person, primarily through psychology, through the study of science, the science of psychology. There was a day where we didn't have that ability to, say, look under the hood of a person's mental facility. Today we have that ability, and now we're able to look at levels of culpability when it comes to a person who struggles with mental health and a person who makes a decision about suicide. We continue to say that suicide is grave matter because it leaves a lot of people in great despair when they lose someone that they love. The act itself is grave matter, but we also understand that the person who has had to deal with this, or the family that has to embrace this harsh reality, that they're not alone anymore. And I think that's a very important thing that I bring to the table as a bishop and as one who is a survivor, a fellow survivor of suicide loss. If you feel shame or even guilt for the loss of a loved one by suicide, if this is a reality in your life, I want you to know that the church is here for you. And so on September 4th at Saints Simon and Jude Cathedral, we're going to gather at 9 o'clock to celebrate a Mass of praise and thanksgiving for all of our brothers and sisters who have struggled, nevertheless are children of God. And we will offer our prayers and ask the Lord to hold those who have gone before us because of suicide loss, hold them in the palm of his hand. Please see the link below and write or send us a name of a loved one who has died by suicide, and we will be able to remember them in a very special way at that Mass on September 4th at 9 a.m.